What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sports News Stream. Today, we'll be talking about Errol Spence Jr.'s withdrawal from the Pacquiao fight. Make sure to comment down your opinions and hit that like and subscribe button. With that being said, let's get into the video. Yet another of the summer's biggest fights has fallen through, as Errol Spence Jr. has been forced to withdraw from his planned WBC and IBF welterweight title defense against the legendary Manny Pacquiao. Spence suffered a retinal tear on his left eye that forced him out of the bout. A routine pre-fight exam ordered by the Nevada Athletic Commission revealed Spence has a torn retina in his left eye. He left Las Vegas on Tuesday to return home to Dallas. He will undergo surgery there and is expected to make a full recovery. Pacquiao will now face WBA welterweight champion Yordenis Ugas in the August 21st pay-per-view main event. Pacquiao has not fought since that Thurman fight, which was a stunning return to the world title scene after it seemed Pacquiao's time as an elite fighter had come to an end. Spence, 31, is undefeated and one of the sport's pound-for-pound elite fighters. He has held welterweight gold since May 2017, and the Pacquiao fight was a chance for him to ply his trade against one of the best fighters of the modern era. First and foremost, I ask everyone to join me in praying for a full and complete recovery for Errol Spence Jr., Pacquiao said. Thank God his physical examination discovered his eye condition before he suffered any further damage. It's an honor to fight the great multiple division world champion Manny Pacquiao, as I am more than ready to take on this challenge. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Pacquiao, but I am coming to win this fight, Ugas said. Everyone knows my story about how I came to America to follow my dreams of becoming a world champion, and now it's time to stamp my legacy with a victory, as one of the best Cuban fighters to ever put on a pair of gloves. I'm very disappointed that I won't be able to fight Manny Pacquiao, Spence said in a press release. I was excited about the fight. Unfortunately, the doctors found a tear in my left eye and said I needed surgery on it ASAP, and that there was no way I could fight with my eye in that condition. Ugas was already scheduled to face Fabian Maidana in a title defense in the night's featured undercard bout. He was promoted to super champion status due to Pacquiao's inactivity after Pacquiao won the belt in July 2019 over Keith Thurman. Sean Gibbons, the president of Pacquiao's MP Promotions, told Yahoo Sports that Pacquiao is open to all options after the Ugas fight. Both Gibbons and trainer Freddie Roach said Pacquiao had been on point and looking as good as he had in a while. The senator is very disappointed about Errol Spence's injury, but is happy he still gets to compete, Gibbons said. He has been looking extraordinarily sharp in training and would have given a great performance against Spence. He'll go ahead and fight Ugas because he's a fighter and that's what he does. When that's over, he'll consider all of his options, and that would include Errol. What may be a problem for Pacquiao to fight Spence later is that Pacquiao is expected to run for president of the Philippines in 2022. Ugas had been set to take on Fabian Maidana on the Pacquiao-Spence undercard. He defeated Abel Ramos on September 6, 2020 in Los Angeles to win a vacant WBA welterweight title. On January 29th, without any notice to Pacquiao, who had been the WBA super champion since beating Keith Thurman in 2019, Ugas is 26-4 with 12 KOs and has won 11 of his last 12. His only defeat was a split decision loss to Sean Porter on March 9, 2019. He is eager to meet Pacquiao, he said. It's an honor to fight the great multiple division world champion Manny Pacquiao, as I am more than ready to take on this challenge. Meanwhile, this mere setback can take away a lot from Errol Spence Jr. After successfully recovering from a life-threatening car accident in 2019, Spence Jr. returned in December 2020 and took out Danny Garcia by decision. A showdown against Pacquiao would have been his second appearance since that comeback. However, it seems Spence Jr. will need more time before he enters the ring. Now the question is, will Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence Jr. ever happen? 42-year-old Manny Pacquiao might not remain for long in the boxing world. The nearing clash can possibly be his last fight, and if that's a fact, then we may never see Pac-Man and the truth collide. The stellar welterweight collision had remained as a fantasy clash until both the fighters agreed on meeting each other in the ring. Besides, the career-defining matchup saw 3 world titles go up for grabs. Nevertheless, Pacquiao versus Spence Jr. is back to being a fantasy debate. If Pacquiao beats Yordenis Ugas and opts to remain active as a champion, we might see him square off against Errol Spence Jr. in the future. But the recent scenario doesn't cite anything like that to happen. That's it for today's video. Let us know in the comments, what do you think? And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Sports News Stream. Until the next video, peace.